Hello, my sexy muffins, and welcome back to another video. In this video, we are doing a bonus video. I am also going to just flat out say this because the last month of February is going to be very hectic for me on a personal level. I'm going to extend the Black History Month videos that I have, the 8 of them that I have, into March. So they will be done in March as well. They're going to be late, but they're going to be done priority first. That is what is going to be done. I apologize for those who wanted it in February. Not all of them will be able to be done in February, most likely, but I am still going to do them. I'm not just going to make them wait another year. Anyways, let's get on to business. This is a bonus video with Carmilla. I think it's Carmilla. Yes. Carmilla from Castlevania and her base headcanons and traits and all that good stuff. I worked very hard on it. I was a little bit sleep deprived, so it might be a bit weird. Anyways, let's do this. Disclaimer, Carmilla is not Yandere in canon. This is just for fun and not to be taken seriously at all. Simping for fictional characters and Yanderes is fine, just do not be illegal or gross about it. You know who you are, you dirty flaky biscuits. Yanderes are not ideal partners to have in real life. Also remember to separate fiction from reality and headcanon from canons. And also, side notes is that we're going to have a small amount of specific gender things, like specifically male and specifically female, because there are vastly different ways she would treat a male darling to a female darling. If you want me to do a bigger video on like a male listener, comment that below, or a female listener, comment that below, and I will see what I can do. Anyways, let's do this. Carmilla is a woman who had a man to promise that he would give her the world and that he could give her everything that... Oh, sorry, I read that wrong. Carmilla is a woman who had men take from her, and then she took their lives and took her power back. It all started when an older vampire man had offered her the world, and she became a vampire and now had power. But then her master went insane and became old and cruel. He may have even abused her in the adult fun time way, which is not fun at all. I do not know if this was confirmed or not, but it was possibly implied. I'm not 100% sure. She refused to let another man take advantage of her and put that power over her. It's because she is also very misandrist. I hope I'm saying that right. Basically like misogynist, but the female thing of doing it against men, misandrist. Thank you. Anyways, so she took matters into her own hands and unalived her master, taking back her power and her freedom and all that good stuff. She would never be under the control of an insane, cruel man again. She hated humans and saw them as nothing but cattle, adult fun-time slaves, and pets. She even said that Dracula did not love his wife, and basically she could not believe that Dracula loved his life, and implied and almost flat out said that she was just his pet and adult fun time slave. She is after more power, and from day one of joining Dracula's court, she made it clear that she was after power and to manipulate the courts and have vampires rule over humans and have humans be the cattle and pets of vampires as her, and she would be the one in charge and rule over all. Then she met you, and this is where her instant desire came from. If you were assigned male at birth, or male presented, or male identifying, she hates herself for being attracted to you, and she would be the type that sees you as nothing more than a pet and or her toy. Since you are a man, you are to be in service to her as her pet and only her pet, and to always do as she says. She would be tougher on you because you are a male and a man, and she would be more likely to have physical punishments for you. She is going to remind you that your place is her as her pet, and that if you ever cheated on her or left her, she would make you suffer. Now, if you were born female presented or assigned female at birth or are female identifying, she is more soft with you and shows a side that she does not show to everyone. With you being her female human pet, you are closer to her emotionally, and she lets you guard around, and she lets her guard down around you. I don't know why I didn't put the word down. Yeah, her guard down around you, showing she cares for you. Now back to gender neutral for the rest of the video. She does see you as her pet, and you do not, and that you do belong to her because you are her darling, and she views you as a human. And her my tongue is automatically filling. Anyways, and you are her darling and her pet, and that does not change her views on humans and doesn't change her view on you as you are a human. She would claim you as her pet and keep you as with her as much as possible. She would want to have complete control over you and decide everything for you. She is not the type of yandere that would share ever. She is not going to share you with anyone, not even her sisters. To her, she is the queen, and that means she does not have to share with anyone. She would not only be a very controlling yandere with how she controls what you eat, where you sleep, and who you are allowed to speak to or be near, as well as very many other things. But she would be a very manipulative yandere, manipulating her sisters, air quotes around that because they're not actually her sisters, to keep you in line, as well as making sure you never escape her. She also manipulates you as well, making you bend to her will and do as she says at all times. She is the type of yandere who would never take the blame. She is the type of yandere that, at least in her mind, has done nothing wrong, and she is justified in everything she has done to you. She is not even at fault when she has unalived your family and friends. That was their fault for trying to poison your brain against her love for you and making you think that she does not love you and that she would have and if anyone were to do that, she would unalive them for that reason. Or if it was your friends and family that tried to take you away, and anyone who tried to take you away and steal you away from her would be put to death. She did not care who they were, family or otherwise. It did not matter if they were your friends or family. You are hers, and that meant that you did not need your friends or family. All you need is her. So the life you had before meeting her did not matter. She's the she, like most vampires, is very possessive, and her yandere side just makes that feel more intense. If you had a lover before her, she would slaughter your former lover, and as they had got to you first. You are hers, and no one before her was worthy of you. That same's going for when she is with you currently, and if she ever leaves you, no one would ever be good enough for you but her. She was going to make sure that you never, ever think about another person, past or present or even future. You are her pets, and so your thoughts should only be about her and how you can serve her. She would never admit that she would never admit, but she would never admit it. But she was jealous. She was a very jealous yandere. I think I said that right. Anyways, let me see. Let me see. Yes, yes. Seeing that you were close to Dracula, a man who spared you from the deaths in this war. She had such hatred for you to be close to anyone, especially an old insane man like Dracula. She is extremely possessive and obsessive, and she would never want you out of her sight and would never let you be semi alone or completely alone with a man, regardless your gender. She does not trust men to be near you, and she is a very, very territorial yandere. She is really sorry, I read that wrong. So really the only vampires she would trust and tolerate around you are her sisters. Again, they're not her sisters, they're just the other queens. She would be the type of vampire yandere to drink your blood from you a lot. With you it's a very intimate act that she savors with you, and she loves to do it with you. She might be, sorry, you might be her part. You might be her pet, but that means you are above all other humans. Just slightly, though. You were treated better than any other human that has come across these vampires, and she would make sure that you were well respected, at least somewhat. She sees you as 100% she sees you as 100% her property, and that means she is the only one allowed to punish you, and as she sees fits. She would make an example out of anyone who dared try to land a hand on you. She deals with rivals by putting them in their place, unalive them, or she always makes an example. And she always makes an example at them. You are hers. If anyone, even Oh, sorry, I messed. That's an R, not an N. It's ever, not even. You are hers, and if anyone ever thought about you in a way of desire and adult fun time attraction, she would want them unalived. She does not really confess her love to you in the typical way at all. She will just declare that you are her pet and you belong to her. It did not matter to her if you said yes or no. But if you said no, you would still be her pet, and she would just have to teach you how to be a good pet. Yes, she is the type of yandere that will give you so many lessons to you that she has to train you to be her good darling pet. It would be better for you if you accepted her love and said yes to her sort of just being her pet basically. She would teach you still all that you needed to know for your new life as her pet and keep you in line. She is also a very, very hateful yandere and would hate your weak human body and would turn you into a vampire very quickly, most likely. She hates everyone who dares to look at you. She hates that everyone else gets to see you at all. You are hers, and she is very possessive and jealous type of yandere that she may even lock you away and not allow anyone else to even look at you because you are hers and no one else's. She would turn you into a vampire eventually, at least, if not right away, for sure, because she hates that how you are human, because she detests that about you. She just wanted to savor her time with you as your human, where you were still breakable and moldable. Once you are human, once you are a vampire, I mean, once you are a vampire, I meant, yes. Once you are a vampire, you are hers to consort. You are hers to be her consort as she is to be queen, and you are to stay loyal to her. She will not stop punishing you, of course, just because you're a vampire, though. You are her darling. You are her darling as a human or a vampire. Once again, she is the type of yandere that would not take the blame for anything. She is once again a yandere that can do no wrong, in her mind at least. She would have manipulated and controlled you so much that you feel you are not worthy of her and that you are lucky she chooses you. You would also know your life is in the hands of this woman and that you have to serve her just right or you could cease to exist. She is the type of yandere that would blame everyone else but herself and sometimes even blame you, her darling. So there is no winning with her whatsoever. You just have to accept what she gives you. She would also take a excitement in punishing you to a degree at least. She would also be super sadistic to anyone she deems as a threat to her love for you. She is very unlikely to confess love for you and say that she loves you. If she does, it is very rare and far between. She could be the type to show her love to you at some point, but it would most likely be mostly in private and where she only lets a few people see that she loves you and is affectionate with you. It is rare, but she could show that love for you very seldomly. That would happen only if she shows her love and if you show her love in return. Let me rephrase that. It is rare that she would show you love at all in general. That would only happen if you start to show that you have feelings for her and love her in return. You showing her that you love her and are devoted to her and only her is what is making her willing to show more love and care for you. With you showing her that you do love her, and in private she will be far more sweet with you and lenient with you. You are the only one she who the only one to see this sweet side of her. She may even trust you to watch over her while she sleeps because sometimes she has nightmares. She still is the she still is for the most part would act the same around everyone else and accuse others of she still for the most part would act the same around others. She accuses others of treating her of what is this sentence? One sec. She still, for the most part, would act the same way. Or she accuses of others of treating her, making her very. I don't know what this. I must have written this sentence half asleep. She is still, for the most part, would act like a very cruel woman and treat you as a pet, and all that, making her a very very toxic yandere. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed this. If you would like to see more, comment below what you would like to see, and I will do my best to do it. I have a list of Castlevania anime stuff I'm going to do. But if there's any characters you want to see from Castlevania, comment them below. So far, I have done Dracula, uh, Alucard, and Dracula, aka Dracula's son, and Trevor Belmont. Check those videos out. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed, and Patreon outro. Patreon outro. Thank you, Gav, for being my first patron. You are wonderful, beautiful, stunning, gorgeous. Mwah. Thank you, Gav. I appreciate you. I hope that you all enjoyed this video. And if you would like to see more, comment below what you would like to see, and I will do my best to do it. And stay sexy on my sexy muffins. Bye bye. Secret outro time. Secret outro time. Secret outro time. Secret outro. Secret outro. Baseball bat. Welcome to the secret outro. And the secret outro question of the day: would you smash or pass Carmela? Yes or no? I would hesitantly. She's very intimidating but beautiful. And would you accept her love? Probably not, because she's terrifying. But I also would be afraid to say no to her. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed, and stay sexy on my sexy muffins. Bye bye.